Alright, so I'm down here on the Willamette in Newburgh, some park called Parrot Mountain. Anyway, it's a beautiful February afternoon. It's February 21st, 22nd, I believe. But anyhow, down here bottom fishing for pretty much whatever bites. So far, I've pulled out 5. They're called peamouth chub. If you're from Oregon or Washington, you've probably caught them before. They look just like a northern pikeminnow. But anyway, you can eat them if you clean them right. Whoa. Yeah, I'm on this, like, slippery slope. But these are gigantic for this type of fish. They're probably, like, pushing 15 inches, if not longer. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen them this big before, but I'll have to do a video on how to eat them. When you fillet them, you can, they're really bony, but along the shoulder, it's literally a back strap that's completely boneless. The rest of the fish is just nasty, fatty red meat. I don't really bother usually eating the rest of the fish. I just cut the back straps out and fry them, and it tastes just fine, especially in this cold water. This water is 45, 46 degrees right now, so it's cold, but they taste good that way. But anyway, there's a hot bite going on, so I'm going to try to get footage of it. But anyway, to rig up, I'm just using a medium action 6.5 foot spinning rod. I think it has 10-pound line. I actually bought this rod. I'm working out here in Newburgh, and I forgot my fishing stuff. So I went and picked up this little setup for 16 bucks. But anyhow, I like to use these, I believe they're called red worms. I think it's actually a different type of worm, but anyway, I dug some up at the farm. My company has some property and they have a farm and all their tools out there in a barn. But anyway, I dug these up. I'm going to try to show you guys what I'm using here. They make really great bait. I'm not exactly sure on the name, but it's these guys right here. It's not a night crawler. It's not a red worm, I don't think. It's something in between. It's its own little species of worm. But I take about 4 or 5 of those suckers and I hook them up on a size, I believe a size 6 hook. And that's basically what you're looking for. And I use this crap here, the Mike's shrimp. I just call it crack because fish go crazy for it when you put it on your bait. But anyhow, I'm running about, I think, a 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce of lead. Real simple setup. But yeah, just tossing it out there and letting it sit. And I've been pulling fish out all afternoon. So anyhow, I'm gonna pause it and try to get one on video. So real quick, this is what my bait looks like when I'm ready. It almost looks like a little freaking squid or something. It's not focusing. That right there, that's just like candy for, I would say, literally any fish that you're fishing for. They go crazy. They like that movement from these smaller worms. They have a lot of wriggle, I guess you'd say. But when the water's cold, you want something that's going to piss them off. I mean, that little bit of squiggly action just drives them crazy and they can't resist it. Catfish love it, trout love it, bottom feeders, pretty much everything loves that with that goop on it. So I'll be back as soon as I hook something. So I'm going to cast here. Good little spot right there. When I fish, I like to fish right on the current seams. You can see where there's like ripples and kind of swirls. I like to fish right on the edge of the seam, right between the soft water and the current. It's like fish hang out right there. It's like a highway. That's where all the food kind of gets washed downstream when they're sitting there. That's the place you want to fish. So got these forked sticks right here. Prop my rod up. And you always want a tight line, obviously. I'm sure anybody watching this knows that, but I'll throw it in there for free. I always like a tight line, real tight, especially with these bottom feeders like peamouth or sucker. They bite really soft, especially in the cold water. They bite really delicate. So you want a really nice tight line so that any little nibble or bite is going to pick up on the tip of your rod. Okay, so I just got a hit. So usually when they hit, your line will go like completely slack. So I always just tighten it up. I'm tightening it right now. It's not a fish. So right there. Something just nailed it. I'm waiting for it to bite. Come on. Yeah, this cold water, they're so touchy. They're so picky. They like to play with it before they eat it. Maybe not. Oh, something big just jumped out there. That was a good fish. Alright. I'll try to record it when it starts biting again. Okay, I got a fish hitting it right now. By hitting it, I should say playing with it. Zoom out a little bit. He's just picking at it, just testing me. So that was me tightening it, trying to get it to bite good, but just playing around. There we go. There we go. See that? That's a good bite. So when they hit like that, you're probably gonna hook him. Oh, come on. Oh, he just dropped it. Yeah, he's on it. He's on it. He's on it. Oh my God. He was on it. I always like to give him a little bit of slack and then tighten it, and that's usually when they'll hit it again. Oh, he just dropped it. See that? I swear, fish like always know when you should pick up the rod every time. I'll be fishing, be getting a good bite. I go to pick it up, and fish drops the bait every time. Okay, so got a fish mouth in it. He probably swallowed it, honestly. A lot of times they'll nibble at it, and then you'll stop getting bites, and it's because they swallowed it, and they're just sitting there digesting it. Oh, yep, there's a bite. Just playing with it, just messing around. It's like, come on, take it. I swear, every one of those 5 fish down there have hit like really hard. And now that I got the camera out, of course they're gonna start freaking gently mouthing it just to piss me off. Ridiculous. Just playing with it. Alright, I'm gonna try to get some footage here. So that right there is why I stopped getting bites. Took all the bait. These fish are like notorious bait thieves, I tell you. They are really, really good at stealing your bait every time. So I'll rebait it and hopefully get some footage of a fish. Alright, so we'll redo the cast. It's a beautiful day out here, just freaking gorgeous. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay, of course. I miss it. Oh, that's a bite, that's a bite, that's a bite. That's a fish. Alright, get ready, everybody. Finally gonna get one. Fish on! Oh, dang it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. What is my freaking phone doing? Oh my God. This camera is so freaking retarded. Sorry guys, you're having to It's not picking this up. I don't know what my camera is freaking doing. I'm so sorry. This is probably like the worst video ever. I wish I could just prop this sucker up and film. Oh. I'll try to get this on film. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. It's a pikeminnow. Pretty big one too. Wow. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Wow, that's a big pikeminnow. Not huge. I've caught them a lot bigger than that, but that's a pretty big fish for this time of year, I guess I'd say. Yeah, big old pikeminnow. But I don't really eat those. Yeah, so there you go. There's kind of what you're pulling out of here. A lot of pikeminnow, a lot of chub, a lot of suckers. A little early for catfish, but I pulled one out a couple nights ago, so they're around. But yeah, it's basically the gist of fishing out here. Beautiful sunset. Pretty fat fish right there. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna throw them back. Yes, they eat salmon. Usually around dams. I'm in the upper Willamette, so, you know, there's no dams up here, so they don't eat as many salmon, I don't think, if at all. But, yeah, so that's kind of a gist of what you're probably going to catch bottom fishing late winter out here on the Willamette. So, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Tight lines.